I was in the grocery store earlier looking at all the Halloween candy because you got to get some for the kiddos, the trick-or-treaters, right? It's a week away. Now we start talking about the forecast.
Yeah, it's officially in the 7-day. Folks are looking forward to what they need to know for trick-or-treating. And it's looking pretty nice. In fact, a little spooky warm, I may say. Our high temperature on Halloween, we're forecasting 80 degrees right now. That is well above normal, but you know what? Will make for a wonderful, spooktacular, if you will, trick-or-treating forecast. Temperatures, as it stands right now, would fall from the mid-70s into the mid-60s. The kids wouldn't have to worry about putting on layers or a jacket over their awesome costumes. Of course, we are a week away. We're going to keep an eye on the forecast, but right now it is looking pretty nice. And a heads up for trick-or-treating, the sunset on next Thursday is at 6:08. Now, looking back at some of the extremes that we've seen on Halloween, we could come close to the warmest Halloween ever recorded. That was back in 1950 when we hit 83 degrees. That was the high temperature for the day. The coldest Halloween, low temperature, was 26 back in 1917. That was a chilly year for sure. And thankfully, our skies are looking nice and dry because we have endured some wet Halloween forecasts, especially back in 1895 when they saw over 1.25 inches of rain on Halloween. You know that is just about the worst thing when it comes to a trick-or-treating forecast. At least when it's cold, you can bundle up. If it's warm, you can hydrate, but rain, there's not much you can do about it. And yes, might not seem like it, but of course it can snow in October. And we saw almost 1/4 inch of snow back on Halloween in 1925. So all in all, our forecast is looking pretty nice. Now for this evening, if you're heading out, temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler. We're dropping through the 50s, eventually back down in the 40s by the time you check in with Topper. And a lot of folks will start their Friday forecast in the 30s, right around 36 degrees in Frederick, 35 for Martinsburg and Front Royal, 36 in Manassas. A little bit milder, of course, in the district with a low temperature of 47 degrees. So we do have some frost advisories issued. That includes Frederick County, parts of Upper Montgomery County, Loudoun County, down into Fauquier and Prince William County. So you might wake up to a little bit of frost. Topper and I aren't super concerned about it, and I don't think anyone's going to have to scrape the windshield tomorrow morning. If anything, you might have a little bit of light frost that probably the windshield wipers will get it done and clear off your car before you have to head into work, but possible as you wake up early Friday. Now tomorrow afternoon temperatures will be similar to today, not quite as breezy, still a little bit of light wind from time to time. Saturday we've got more wind back on the way, so it's going to feel like the mid to upper 60s throughout the day, even though we actually climb into the low 70s. And then we've got a 10-degree temperature drop for Sunday, and keep in mind that 62 is in DC. Most areas are going to stay in the mid to upper 50s. It is going to be a chilly end to the weekend and start to next week, but then temperatures start to climb on Tuesday. We're back in the low 70s, mid 70s on Wednesday. And yeah, we're going 80 right now for Halloween next Thursday, and we look to stay unseasonably warm through the end of next week. So in the 7-day forecast, there is still a chance for a stray shower really early Saturday morning. Most folks aren't going to see any rain at all, and if you do see a shower, it's going to be light. It's going to be super short-lived, and otherwise we'll see some clouds clearing throughout the morning. The afternoon looks spectacular. The weather, again, going to be great if you look to head out to our recycle day. We have all of the details on what we're collecting and where on our app and website. And Sunday, it is going to be on the cooler side, especially if you're up early for the Marine Corps Marathon. And then if you're heading out to the Commanders game, you'll want to dress in layers before things warm right back up as we head into next week.